is it all
It sounds
muffled?
so fucking
Yeah.
bad sound. Yeah, like, can you hear that?
It's so weird.
Doesn't make any sense. Why does it sound...
It's getting muffled every single time.
Like, can you hear that?
It's so weird. Every single time it keeps getting more muffled.
Why does it sound...
It's getting muffled. Oh my god, it's like bass boosting. It's getting louder. Oh my god, it's like bass boosting. It's getting louder. I can't hear it, dude. What the fuck's going on? I can't hear it, dude. What's going on?
Welcome to the 9th part of our 415,000 part series, Better Know Speedrunner. Today, we'll learn more about Jabo. Jabo is a multi-time world record holder in the Fallout franchise, where his primary focus had been Fallout 3. He has since diversified his portfolio, adding games such as Outlast 2, Run Jump Fall, Wolfenstein 2, and more. He also currently holds the world record for all companion quests in Obsidian's The Outer Worlds. A quick note before we get started, if you're a speedrunner yourself and you're interested in being featured in this series, hit me up on Discord or simply let me know in the comments below. Jabo is a 23-year-old full-time streamer and Twitch partner from the United Kingdom. When he's not trying to attract owls into his room,
I tried.
Jabo is going in 100% on content creation, playing games, making YouTube videos, or streaming on Twitch. Before getting his start in speedrunning 4 years ago, he was a kid growing up in a large family. He didn't have a lot of money, which meant, you know what? Why don't I just let him tell his life story?
I was a kid growing up in a large family. We didn't have a lot of money, which meant that I had to play a lot of old consoles. I played a lot of old consoles because the old consoles were fun and, that's all we had. I played a lot of games on the Sega Mega Drive N64. Because of that, I was very much interested in these games, and when it came to finding them out on YouTube, I found out that it was speedrunning because of that, because I was playing these older consoles, and obviously speedruns take place of older games most primarily, at least back way then, 2012. I got interested in speedrunning, tried to become a YouTuber at the time, didn't work out, I was a kid. Then got a PC, and my girlfriend just told me to try speedrunning out. She said, just try streaming, you see if it works. If it doesn't work, that's fine. Just give it a shot. I tried it, and for the last 3 to 4 years, I've been doing nothing but streaming. And now, recently, I've managed to make somewhat of a career out of it, and it's been somewhat successful. That's going to be hard to beat.
Jabo's interest in streaming would eventually transform from the simple pleasure of watching people play video games on the internet to admiring the players as entertainers. This was a new era in digital entertainment, and Jabo wanted to be a part of it.
I remember really watching Sig Lemick, and I think it was Narcissa Wright, and I remember watching them a lot on Twitch. But the first streamer / speedrunner that I really got invested in was Fire Dragon 764, and he was doing Luigi's Mansion, and I'd never played Luigi's Mansion, but I remember just being absolutely just in love with his stream, and I think it was just him as a person. He was really charismatic and really energetic. And to me, it was this learning process of streaming speedruns isn't necessarily about streaming speedruns, but more about giving yourself an opportunity to have people interested in both the speedrun and you as a streamer too. And it forms this really good content that appeals to people. I had a really bad PC back in the day, and I just had this urge to stream, but I couldn't really do it. So I actually remember buying a new PC. I think it was £700 I spent. I think it was day 2 of my new PC. I got into just streaming Fallout 3 speedruns, so yeah.
It wasn't long after clipping and glitching his way through the Fallout universe that Jabo found himself with his first world record time. And while it was not heavily contested, he found a special sort of enjoyment in running an unoptimized category.
Fallout 3 all bobbleheads. I just remember it being a speedrun that didn't really have too much attention to it, and I just picked it up, and after a couple of weeks I got the world record. It was actually a bit underwhelming, because I felt like it would have been harder to get, but it turns out a lot of people didn't really like the category, so I just picked it up and got a new world record. It was pretty cool. I really enjoyed running that category, because it was untouched, really, right? There's a lot of new strats, people didn't implement them, and having the chance to go through that and implementing new strats and breaking the world record over and over again was really fun. It was a good month period where I really enjoyed myself. Yahoo! We did it.
From the beginning, Jabo wanted to ensure he wasn't viewed as solely a Fallout 3 speedrunner, and he attempted to stream other games with minimal success. Until finally, he found a game that proved he wasn't doomed to race through the capital wasteland forever.
Outlast 2 wasn't really successful for me. I remember going from like 40 viewers to 50 viewers. It wasn't like a major success, but it was the first game I played outside of Fallout 3 that actually did well for me, and I actually managed to maintain viewers on. So Outlast 2 is 100% that game that like opened up my eyes to streaming different content. It kind of changed how I perceive streaming on Twitch because I realized that you don't have to stream this one game 5 days a week. You can stream other stuff and maybe start exploring other options. And yeah, I did explore other options. I tried speedrunning Super Mario Odyssey and Sekiro, and it basically killed my viewership, but I enjoyed playing them, and I enjoyed giving them a try, and that wouldn't have been possible if I didn't give Outlast 2 a try, so.
Jabo's advice to the up-and-coming streamer is applicable in all areas of life and business.
The leads are weak.
The leads are weak. F***ing leads are weak. You're weak.
If you find yourself going live every day playing games like League of Legends, Fortnite, or Call of Duty Warzone to 0 viewers, and you'd like to see faster growth, then this is for you.
If your purpose out of streaming is to get viewers and to start building a community, then make sure you pick something that's niche. I started off with Fallout 3, and at the time when I did Fallout 3, there was nobody else doing it, and I think that's the only reason why I actually got viewers. If I was doing anything else that was common, I wouldn't have went anywhere. So, I mean, it's kind of advice I'd give to streamers or speedrunners in general is, yeah, you should stream and speedrun what you enjoy. I think that's very important. People can tell when you're not enjoying yourself. But I think you should also keep in mind what works and what has the ability to get you discovered, because at the end of the day, you could be the most entertaining and most interesting person, but if nobody knows you exist, then it doesn't matter, no one's watching you, right? You gotta keep in mind that there's a way to be discovered on Twitch and YouTube, and that's usually having like a unique selling point. To a few people, that unique selling point is having a world record, which is a really good unique selling point, but not everyone can get it. So you gotta keep in mind what works and what doesn't work, and what you enjoy and what you don't enjoy, and it's this weird mix match of finding the right combo.
Heartwarming stories of unconditional support for speedrunners from friends and family are encouraging, but the ugly truth is that trying to make a living playing video games is still commonly discouraged. While Jabo's family supports him today, he's open and honest about how he thinks streaming would have been viewed in the early days.
My family, they didn't actually know that I streamed until like I was making money from streaming. Their perspective of streaming has always been that it's a pretty good thing to do, but they didn't see when I was not successful. And I'm kind of thankful that they didn't, because they probably would have told me to stop. They probably would have been like, hey, Jason, this is pretty stupid. Let's not do this because you're wasting your time. But I managed to keep it a secret from them until I was at the stages where, like, you know, I was comfortable and felt like it was something that I could tell them and have them understand because I was making money. It kind of sucks that I have to tell them that, because to me, streaming isn't just about making money, obviously. But if that's what makes them understand it, then obviously they just want me to have a secure future. But yeah, they're fine with it. They understand it, but I think they only understand it because of that reason. 128.58. That's a sub 129. GG, no glitches, no depths.
And the future you...
While being a speedrunner is still a passion for him, Jabo's hope was to one day be an entertainer first and a speedrunner second. Breaking the pigeonhole on Twitch is no small task, and it's safe to say that these days, Jabo's followers are there for the man behind the Vault Dweller.
The thing that I'm most proud of has to be the fact that I actually managed to get a community. I didn't think I would ever get a community on Twitch. I felt like I was always going to be a streamer that just existed and people watched purely for the content that I was giving out, which was speedrunning. And now I've hit this point where my viewers will watch me play like a lot of variety games. That's something that's really hard to accomplish, because going from a niche like speedrunning to having your viewers actually interested in you is hard, and it took me like 3 years to achieve it. If anyone here has an audience in the speedrunning sphere, you'll know that the instant you do something else, you will lose all your viewers. Jumping ship from being known as a speedrunner to being known as a personality or being known as somebody who streams a lot, it's hard to do and it takes a lot of effort, and I think if you're able to pull it off, you should be proud of it, 100%.
Down gets better, down where it's wetter, take it from me!
Before we go, I'd like to give a huge shout out to Jabo for taking the time to answer the questions for this feature. You can find links to his YouTube, Twitch channel, and Twitter in the description below. Don't forget to give him a follow. I hope you enjoyed today's Better Know a Speedrunner. If you did, please consider giving it a thumbs up. And to make sure you don't miss any future episodes, hit that subscribe button. As usual, I'd love any and all feedback you may have, so just leave it in the comments below. Finally, special thanks to our super generous Patreon supporters, Totally Not a Mimic and Happy Code Monkey. And if you made it this far, thanks so much for watching, and we'll catch you on the next run.